Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. It is my pleasure to present my research paper in the virtual round conference. I am starting with my topic, and the topic of my paper is Leadership Skills for Millennials in the School, Challenging the Status Quo by Focusing on Self-Leadership Programs in Schools. So this is the basic topic of my paper, which I am going to present here. First of all, we have to understand the problem area. Number one, what leadership skill will young leaders need to thrive in the 21st century? The second one is, what are the skill set that you need to hone to become leader in the turbulent time? And the third one is, what qualities will best prepare young to lead in a turbulent time world where strategic preparedness is required? So these are the three main categories of problem for the youth who are going to lead in the turbulent time in the world for the strategic preparedness. First of all, we have to understand the term millennials. Teenagers 20 and 30 sometimes have been dubbed the millennium generation or simply the millennials. The term millennials generally refers to the generation of people born between early 80s and 90s according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary. Some people also include children born in the 20s. So this is the basic introduction of the term, and we will proceed and know what are the components of this paper. My paper is organized by keeping in view millennials in the workplace, school, colleges and universities. These young people who are working in the school, colleges and universities, leadership skill they needed, and they need the leadership qualities, and this is my paper of 2020. So I am presenting my paper. So what is the basic need of this paper? Because the millennials will occupy, these young people will occupy 75% of the workforce by 2025. It means that future workforce and the future leaders in many fields of the world will be the young people. They are going to lead the world. But there are some misconceptions about these young peoples. What are the misconceptions like entitlement, laziness, lack of respect for authority, poor work ethics and lack of loyalty? So how can we improve these qualities in young people who are now admitted in our schools, who are studying at our universities, who somewhere they are working too? So how we can improve these people, how we are going to improve this young generation which will occupy majority of the positions, the main position by 2025. So what you can call it, what we are having for them, and how are we going to train these young people? So my paper is composed of all these ideas. Now come to the best self-leadership idea. The mission of the idea is to empower people and communities to plan and lead in a life. And the vision is citizens and communities plan and practice best self-leadership so we work and enjoy living as our best selves, thus making our country the best it can be collectively and stronger. The core context here it is personal, life, interpersonal, team, managerial, organization, and then the society. So this is the core concept, starting from the person, then goes to life, then it travels to interpersonal, and then lead to team, and then lead to team lead to some managerial task, and from managerial task it goes towards the organizational task achievement, and then for the society development. So this is the core context here. Now move to best self-leadership strategic plan. It is very much important, you can say, in this research paper to understand what this strategic plan is about. You are watching a wheel at your windows, and what this wheel is about. This wheel is calling and choices, balancing those choices includes the learning. Then this learning carries on with the leadership, and the leadership with caring, and then this wheel revolves around. So inside the wheel we have given two triangles, and these triangles are giving strength to one another. First, in the first triangle, if you see, it includes 7 best practices of life. So 7 areas of life. So what these areas cover, if you see the first triangle, plan your life, lead your life, spiritual personal values, it includes this triangle. For example, it includes the spiritual values, philanthropical values, social, personal, professional, financial, physical. So everything is the part of this triangle, number one. If you see the second triangle, the upside downward, it indicates 7 level of personal empowerment. So 7 levels of delegating empowerment. In this point of view, it is mentioning here. So the triangle is basically indicating trust in activities, ability or competence to do the task, and the other what you can call it connected with it, the most important fact is attitude and character, which give strength to this triangle. So this triangle includes power, empowerment. It includes to delegate something, support, coach, direct, and what you can call it, it helps to give strength to the both triangles. So these triangles and this wheel is important, and basically this program include all these factors, which is going to be helpful to develop the leadership qualities in the young people. Now come to practice abundancy model or immediacy model, we can say. This model has the crux, and the crux is effective leadership. How we can improve the effective leadership? Simply by improving the basic behavior, and this basic behavior and this leadership is included with 4 pillars. It is having the 4 pillars. The first pillar is the vision builder. It includes vision casting, values and trust. And the second pillar is standard bearer. It includes ethics, execution and culture with the circumstances. And the third pillar is developer. It includes monitoring, coaching, facilitated learning. And the last and the fourth pillar includes integration. And inside the integration, we are having some part of this integration. The parts of this integrations are inspiring changes and organizational activity and evaluation of an organization. So this model covers all round the leadership which is needed, and which is, you can say, very important and significant for the self leadership. Now model development and refinement. Where were the gaps in the previous research? To understand the dynamic, first gap was there in the contextual circumstances. Leadership take practices, there was a gap. And basically millennials want leadership more immediately in the under 2011 work. So I am extended that work further in my research paper, and which is going to be helpful for the future researcher, for the future developer, for the future educationist. And I'm using all those models which is going to be helpful, which are going to be helpful in fact in developmental model of the future. And these these are my developmental models which I am going to further what you can call it, going to put the input in this research. So my implication will come on coaching and feedback. Two areas are going to be connected with my research, and they are going to have further implication. Firstly, the implication will come on the coaching, and the implication will also come on feedback. First of all, coaching and feedback. The second will be framework to examine the leadership, and third one, framework to develop the leadership skills. So implication will come on all these areas of research. Now, practice Abundancy Model projects. What were the previous work done in this area? Original article 2014 are the behaviors of transformational leadership, impacting leaders, a study of leadership. Then there was another Tobias Leadership Conference 2017, where developing the practices Abundancy Model was completed, and now mine work in the virtual conference paper by me, Dr. Tahir Mahmood, Leadership Skills for the Millennials, Challenging the Status Quo. And my focus is, as I have mentioned, that my focus is on the school leadership, that how we can improve this young generation, how we can give them the tools of their leadership, and how they can develop in a better way in leadership capacity. So my work conclusion is conclusion with the next step. So the book chapter defines basically the 4 basic behavior and 12 specific skills for the development of this leadership, and the future work implication. Develop the psychomotics, use and as an assessments, develop the coaching model from the assessments. As I am going to explain in this conference, as I have developed the plan for school and plan for colleges, 7 areas of life, 7 areas for life for the schools and the colleges. So this is the basic work, and which I have also explained to the triangle, and I'm further going to explain in my research paper. Now come to the plan for schools and life. Plan for school and life. High school, middle school, elementary schools are included in this plan. Plan for colleges, career, citizenship, college students are included in it. Plan for professional life. Two professionals will be developed through this plan. Plan for families, mission for marriage, and constitution for self and families. Plan for organizations, corporations, and communities. So all of them and all of these fields are included in this plan. Now come to the plan action results summary. It includes student right plan for school life to inspire and guide them towards character, and college as career citizenship to fulfill a best practice for the best self leadership, help them to improve attitude, attendance, achievement, to state intent and get advice from the parents. Students learn national history and share values of freedom and character traits taught in it. College students with right professional plan and learn principles and practices for the best self leadership, true professionalism to improve performance in calling and careers and communities. So it will be helpful for the college students. Research development, publication of resources for the people to fulfill the callings, grow as an educational strategy, support by life leaders and those we help the other areas. 6 key actions in schools and colleges are: firstly, add lesson, adopt, write assignment, and align rewards for student to write plan for school and life. Secondly, teach the history to the student. The students are going to learn from the history in this project. Teach the 5 characteristics traits to the student, which I have already mentioned, in the triangles, diagrams, and models. Boost attitude, attendance, and achievements of students, preparing them better as a citizen. Increase the satisfaction and support of alumni, parents, employers who want their children, grandchildren, and employees to be better prepared for planning, personal leadership, professional performance, including planning, motivation, time management, professionalism, which are keys to good performing at most jobs. So add to the positive brand. It is very much necessary that they are going to add as a positive brand wherever they are going to get the job, wherever they are going to work, helping students so they know how to flourish, plus right plan for life to develop themselves in school as well as in the colleges, as well as the citizen of their country, so they can develop plans for the betterment as being a best leader, because they will have the qualities of self leadership by this program. Now come to the references. My research paper included very recent research studies in this area, so I have further what you can call it extended that work and brought that work as a challenge, and try to improve self leadership, and try to take that leadership at the grassroots level to develop the schools and colleges, to develop the leaders from the schools and colleges, so that we should be prepared for the future where we are going to have more and more young people in the leadership role. So thank you very much. Stay blessed, and bye bye my side.